and scores it off the square.
George, that was just a smart move. You're a quicker, smaller player. You got a big man out on the perimeter. You take your time, size him up, take him inside, use your quickness. Lin did that.
Brandon against Jeremy Lin. Good screen by Tayshaun. Brandon with the drive. Blocked though by Morris, or by Harden. Carlos Delfino.
Jeremy Lin, as Kevin McHale told me before the game, is a competitor. Says that's the thing that surprised him most about Lin. But he also says Lin's not looking for all that spotlight he had in New York. He just wants to be one of the guys. And George, so far, at least, not bad.
He looks like he's going to be very well accepted in Houston. Ditto for James Harden, who has scored 7. And look at that, 4 assists for Harden. Outside of Jeremy Lin, look out, they're on the run. Harden lays it in. Harden now with 15 points and 5 assists. Hello on opening night.
That was a picture-perfect fast break by the Rockets off of the miss.
Ziegler, though, triples. Gets 3 after the 2 on the other end. That'll help. The Pistons are within 4.
Now Ziegler can score the basketball, folks. No question about that.
Jeremy Lin with a nice setup for Asik. 42-36. That's our score. Rodney Bull out today's Xfinity high-speed fast break.
Don't blink, George, because this happens really fast. Look, there's the long rebound, and now Lin has it, a couple of dribbles, and he's bounce passing this thing to Harden. They score in about 4 seconds.
That's exactly what the Rockets want to do. Play like they're jet propelled. They want to score and score some more. They're on their way to 100 at this point. Brandon down the lane. Asik with a block. Saved by Harden to Jeremy Lin. Inside to the big man for the jam. Good patience by Lin. Nice cut by Asik.
If there was a knock on Lin last year with New York, George, even in the midst of Lin's sanity, it was his turnovers. Well, in this game, he is yet to turn it over.
He's got his share of feeds now, 5. Timeout, a 20-second timeout taken by the Pistons with 3:41 to play in the half.
Look at this
on the break, Chandler Parsons to Marcus Morris.
This is tough. First of all, the angle, and then you're hitting a guy ahead of the field with a bounce pass. And then here's the setup for Asik. Jeremy Lin's 5th assist in the game.
Asik now with 8 points. The Rockets with 15 assists. That man has 5 of them, Jeremy Lin. It's more steamy than smoky.
This is part of the halftime show, I'm sure, but we still got a minute to go just about in this quarter.
Marcus Morris, the power forward starter for the Rockets. They put their starters back out there to start the second half. Jeremy Lin by himself buries it. Jeremy Lin now has 9 to go with his 5 assists and 3 steals.
He's played a complete game, and he looks very comfortable, that is, dishing the basketball, setting up the offense, but also being a scoring threat when needed.
Only 2 turnovers out of the backcourt for the Rockets. Harden each with 1. Greg Monroe backs in on Asik. Misfires. Chandler Parsons with a rebound.
Asik didn't need to do much, but just be 7 feet tall there.
Exactly. He's going to change shots just by being there. These guys have played against him before. Harden down the lane, bulls his way for a hoop.
Did he walk, or was it just me?
Harden and Lin, a dynamic backcourt in Houston. Jeremy from the corner. Knocks it down. His foot was on the long line, so it's a long deuce, but it's now a 3-point Houston lead.
You can see a chemistry developing between those two right here in their first regular season game together. Lynn and Harden, George.
They're going to be murdered together on the offensive end. Jeremy Lin called for the jump in front foul just now, but
a moment ago you saw the replay of whether or not that was a travel. It was a travel, but you know, Houston turnover.
Here comes Jeremy Lin, the four-quarter. Quick bounce inside. Gets a dynamite dunk for Harden. They've scored 10 straight to start the second half. Harden has scored 25. Still 9:01 to play in the third. This is Pistons basketball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
He moves well without the basketball. Wow.
Tell you what, you can say, Houston, we have liftoff.
Oh my goodness, yes.
That is the 9th career 25-point game and counting for Harden, just his 8th career start. They can come right back to him. He'll go to Harden with it. Why not? Harden hits it. Jeremy Lin's been around the block. I got it. He's open. That was an easy decision. 4 for 9 from behind the long line and 34 points for Harden. But the Pistons lead 83-75. Poked away from Singler, scooped up by Jeremy Lin. Lin to the rim, hits the floor, doesn't get a call, but Parsons is there to stick it back and score it and tie the game. Jeremy Lin with the drive. Jeremy Lin double clutches, misses, but he does draw the foul. It is on Jonas Jerebko. 6 and 50, that's all to go in the game.
Rocket shooter, Lin. Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin has 10 and 7 assists. Conley gets the first free throw. Jeremy Lin from Harvard. Grew up in Palo Alto, California. Never gave up his dream.
Nah.
Division I schools out of the Ivy League weren't interested. Brandon Knight from the top. Won't drop. Rebound Parsons. 87 all. Here come the Rockets. Harden bounces it inside. Gets a dunk for Greg Smith. And Houston has taken the lead. 6 and 28 to go in the game. 9 assists now for Harden. And the Rockets lead 89-87. What a show at the Palace tonight. Hands it off to Greg Monroe. Baseline to Tayshaun. Fall away long. Jeremy Lin with a rebound. No looks it inside. Another jam for Smith. That was a look away feed. And those are the kind of setups he probably got in the D League when he led the league in field goal percentage.
That's the way to shoot 67% from the floor, George. Just like that. Run the floor, get open, beat your defender down, and get a layup or a dunk. And when you look at the way these teams have found offensive success, especially in this half, you wonder why every team doesn't try to push the basketball. Push hard first. If nothing's there, then set up. Houston has gotten back into this game and into the lead by doing that very thing. The Pistons did it earlier.
Smith hurt an ankle or foot that he just picked up, incidentally, his 5th foul. It's time for our DMC primetime performance. Got to be James Harden. What a show tonight by Harden.
Well, what did he do? Whatever he wanted. I mean, he helped defensively at times, but the offensive show is all-star worthy, without a doubt, George. He ran the break. He scored on his own. He scored from three-point land. He penetrated. I mean, he did it all.
37 points, Gregory.
Yeah, and this from a guy who, what, 5 days ago was on somebody else's roster.
Looked pretty darn comfortable tonight. A lot of people up to touch that basketball, most of them in red. And Jeremy Lin's been important to this Rocket team. When he sat down, they were in big, big trouble. When he came back, he solidified them. Harden misses. Ashik misses on the tap. Not survive James Harden. Harden finishes with 37 points and 12 assists. And he and the Rockets come back from 11 down in the fourth to win the ball game by 9. 105-96 on opening night at the Palace.